Hey everyone, it's Sarah and I am back with part 5, I believe, of my full collection tour. I still have a ton to get through. I'm going to try to get through as many bottles as I can in the next few videos, so I'm going to jump right in. Okay, so first I've got, and the lighting, I don't know how the lighting is going to be. I'm going to do my best to, but it's kind of, so the first one I have here is, these are all of my Lush fragrances. The first one I have here is called 1,000 Kisses Deep. I love this fragrance. It's beautiful. This one is resinous and incensey. Well, maybe more resinous. I think it's got myrrh in it. I'm quite sure it's got myrrh in it. It's just beautiful. It's resinous and gorgeous and I love it. So that is 1,000 Kisses Deep. Next, I have got a bottle of Vanillary. This is a new bottle that was sent over to me from a beautiful subscriber. She did not care for this one, so she sent it to my way. I adore this. I wear Vanillary to bed quite a lot. Yeah, I wear it to bed a lot. It's just a very comforting scent for me. So that is Lush Vanillary. It is vanilla, but it's not like a, I don't know, it's not a typical vanilla. Okay, next we have this one. This is called Brentless. I picked this up off of Mercari from another fragrance reviewer. And yeah, she had it on for a really good price. I feel, the only thing, I love Lush fragrances, do not get me wrong. I just feel like they're overpriced for what they are. I do love this. This is another one that's very, it's almost incensey. This is another one that is incensey, slightly resinous. It's sweet. It has the most beautiful sweetness in the dry down. It's just a stunner. I love it. And I was so happy to pick it up secondhand because, again, I feel like Lush's fragrances are a little bit overpriced for what they are. Here's my original bottle of Vanillary. I do not have my cap anymore. Mine has seen better days. This one, I need to get through this one because this one, yeah, this one supposedly expired a year ago, like in January of 21. So yeah, I need to get through this guy. Next is one of my absolute favorites. This is Rose Jam. You guys will have to let me know how this lighting is. It's hard for, I usually can't tell how the lighting is until I go to edit. And then by that time I can't refilm an entire video. So I'm really hoping that this lighting is okay. Rose Jam is one of my favorite rose fragrances. This is like lemon and rose. It's jammy. It's a jammy rose. It's similar to Nina Ricci Lex Day's Rose Absolute or Elie Saab Essence No. 1. It's similar to those. It's like a dark, slightly spiced, even though there are no spices in this, but it smells slightly spiced, jammy rose. Oh my gosh, it's sweet. It's clean smelling. It's just gorgeous. This is another very comforting scent for me. A lot of my Lush fragrances are comforting scents for me. And then the last two Lush scents that I have this one here. This is called American Cream. If you've ever smelled any of their hair products or their lotion called American Cream, that's exactly what this smells like. Oh, I love it. It also reminds me of, they used to have a salt shampoo. Like it was literally big hunks of salt that you would scrub your scalp with. It also smells like this. It's just a really, again, very comforting scent for me. It takes me back to like the early 2000s when my mom and I were buying tons of Lush all the time when we were traveling to Europe and visiting Lush stores there. It just brings me back to really, really good times. So anyways, that is American Cream. And then last but not least is Pansy. This is a little 1/2 ounce bottle. All of the other ones I have are 1 ounce bottles. This is a little 1/2 ounce bottle. This has got some orange blossom or neroli in it, I'm quite sure. Let me see. Yep, it's got orange blossom. It's called Orange Flower Absolute in this, but it's orange blossom. I could smell it immediately. It's a really, really beautiful, kind of clean, slightly, not slightly, it is. It's a green citrus fragrance. So it's beautiful. I really like it. So that one is called Pansy. Okay, it's gonna start getting random now because I've got a bunch of random fragrances for a little bit until I get to my Ganache. We've got this one here. This is from a Russian house called Brocard. It's called My Cup of Tea 5 o'clock. These are not easy to get because they are legitimately Russian. It's a Russian house. It's funny. I've had some of the dumbest comments come in when I've shown this fragrance. People saying, "Are you sure it's not fake? It came from Russia." No, it's a Russian fragrance. Of course it came from Russia because it was made in Russia. But anyways, it's a very like sweet, gourmand leaning, like cookie like fragrance. It gets compared to, on Fragrantica, people compare this to Memo's Winter Palace. And in the initial spray of both, they do both smell like Winter Palace, but the dry down is completely different. This one is quite linear. It stays just like this really beautiful lemon cookie scent, whereas Winter Palace is very, very complex. As you can imagine, it's a beautiful, expensive niche fragrance. It is heads and shoulders above this one, and it is very complex and very, very different in the dry down. But I still love this. It was very inexpensive. I found mine on eBay. I paid less than $20 for it shipped, and I love it. And I would love to get my nose on more Brocard because they are from the far reaches of the earth. From me, they are not easy to get my hands on. But I do love this one. This is Brocard My Cup of Tea 5 o'clock. Next we have this guy here. This is one of my favorites. This is Ralph Lauren Blue. I love this fragrance. This is one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite florals in my collection, hands down. It's one of my favorite spring and summertime florals. It's just a stunning fragrance. It's one of those perfumes that is just like magic on my skin. It just blends so well with my skin chemistry, and I just adore it. I don't know if mine is the reformulation or the original formulation. I have a feeling it's the reformulation, but it's okay because it still smells beautiful and it lasts really, really well on me. But I do have a batch code here on mine, so I do need to plug that into one of the sites like Check Fresh and see when this was manufactured. So anyways, that is Ralph Lauren Blue. Such a stunner. Okay, next I've got this beauty. This is from Swiss Arabian. This is Musk Malachi. I try not to tip this too much because it is, it does only have like a beautiful glass stopper on top. But anyways, that one is called Musk Malachi. It's a stunning white musk. Yes, it's a beautiful, clean white musk in a gorgeous bottle. I love it. I love it so much. So anyways, that is Swiss Arabian Musk Malachi. Okay, next we have got Pitbull. This is a beautiful fragrance. This is a gorgeous celebrity fragrance. It's just a super easy to reach for light, sweet floral. I wore this to work. It's been a couple months ago now. And the girl that I work for was like, "What are you wearing today? It smells so good." And it was this. And I told her, I laughed. I was like, "You're gonna laugh because it's such a funny celebrity fragrance, but it's Pitbull's fragrance." And she did. She laughed and she was like, "No, sometimes things that seem silly they end up being the best." She said that she and her husband really like to drink whiskey. And for Christmas one year, somebody got them Drake's whiskey. And they thought it, they didn't think much of it, but she said that when they tasted it, it was like amazing. So anyways, she definitely was, she definitely understood the Pitbull fragrance. So it was just funny. Okay, next I've got my 3 little, what are these? 4 mil? Yeah. My 3 little 4 mil Nazamata oils. These things are tiny, but they're fierce. These will last me an entire lifetime. It's only 4 ml of oil, but you literally need just dots because they're so incredibly powerful. This one is like a, this one is my favorite of the three. It's like a, it's so hard to explain. It's kind of like a slightly animalic, but clean, but dirty human skin scent. It's super, super hard for me to explain. There is something very carnal smelling about this, which is why I love it so much. Yeah, it's unlike anything else that I've got in my collection, and it's incredible. So this one is Nasomatto Nudiflorum. Next, we have got probably the most famous Nasomatto fragrance, the one that I've heard hyped up the most. This is Narcotic V. It used to be called Narcotic Venus, and they've shortened it to just Narcotic V. This is a beautiful bubblegummy tuberose fragrance. The liquid, my oil actually used to be pink. It's turned green now. I'm not sure what is in it that turned green. It's a really beautiful bubblegummy tuberose. And it's funny because I've had people ask me or suggest other tuberose fragrances to me, like Fricka. And I actually used to have a bottle of Fricka, but this is literally all I need in my collection. As far as a just straight up bubblegummy tuberose fragrance, this is the only thing I need in my collection. And it's so powerful. Like, you cannot beat the performance of these. They're just so powerful. Yeah, this is literally all I need. So this is Narcotic V from Nasomatto. And then last, they're all green, which is funny. They've all turned green. Last is this one here. This one is called China White. This is the one that I've worn the least. Oh gosh, but it's so good. It's like this one's really hard to explain, and it's very hard to find notes for Nasomatto fragrances. I think that they try to keep them pretty like close to the vest. But China White it's like a clean musk fragrance, but it's dark at the same time. It's got this darkness to it. It's rich smelling. They're all heavy fragrances, like, I'm not gonna lie. They're all very heavy fragrances. This one is like kind of sweet clean though, but it's still dark. I don't know. It's gorgeous though. So that is China White. And then moving on, I've got a few fragrances here from a house called Alchemy. This is a little indie house. I don't hear people talk about these much. This is my favorite from the house. This one is called Alchemy 33. Their whole like idea behind these fragrances is that they're supposed to be notes that kind of like resonates with your body, like as a human, and they're supposed to help like ground you and just work with your energy and things like that. I love this one right here. This one reminds me, this one reminds me of like an old formulation of Miss Dior. Not like the original formulation, but maybe the formulation, maybe like the 2012 formulation of Miss Dior. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. It's this really beautiful, very slightly sweet floral. They're pretty darn pricey though. I think she's wanting like $100 a bottle, which I think is a little bit overpriced for being such an under the radar house. I think that she might be able to do better if she lowered the prices a little bit. But this is a really, really beautiful one. I love it. I wear it a lot actually, and the performance is really good. Next is Alchemy Gold. This is the men's fragrance in the line. I need to get on her website and see what she's doing, because I haven't checked in to see like if she's releasing any new fragrances or what's going on. But this is like a it's a pretty typical smelling men's fragrance, but I really like it. It is sweet and clean. It smells like a man. It smells like one of those black candles from Yankee Candle. You know what I mean? Like those kind of masculine smelling candles from Yankee Candle or Bath and Body Works. That's what this cologne smells like. It's really nice. I need to try to get my husband to wear it. I don't know if he'll like it or not. And then last of those three, I've got this one. This is called Alchemy Aqua, and this is the unisex fragrance. This is one that is supposed to be yeah, this one is supposed to be able to be worn by men or women, which of course any fragrance is able to be worn by anybody who feels like wearing it. But this one has like a sharp citrus note in it, like orange blossom or neroli or something. It's got kind of a salty, aquatic kind of thing going on. This is my least favorite of the three. But yeah, they're definitely worth checking out, especially Alchemy 33. That one it's so good. Okay, I'm gonna quickly go through all my Ganache fragrances, and this isn't all of them. You'll see 4 in another area because there's still 4 that I haven't tested from that huge haul I did earlier this year. Or sorry, no, the huge haul I did late last year. I still have 4 that I haven't tested, so you will see those in a different area. But anyways, this first one I have is called Toasted. That's a nice one. It's like a toasty marshmallow fragrance. We've got Honey. It's a beautiful honey fragrance, as you can imagine. I'm going to quickly go through these because I've got a whole bunch of them. This, I have no idea what it is. He just included this in my last big, huge order. It's kind of smoky smelling. It's like a little bit woody, smoky smelling. It's going to be great for layering. So, yeah, I have no idea what this is. I have White Chocolate Ganache. Another really beautiful fragrance. I've got one of my absolute favorites from them ever. This is one of my favorite fragrances I've ever smelled from Ganache, hands down, and this is called Luscious Pumpkin. This is the most amazing pumpkin fragrance ever because it's got a coffee note in it. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So that's Luscious Pumpkin. We've got, speaking of coffee, we've got Cafe Lush, which is just a straight up sweet coffee fragrance. We've got this guy here, which is called Hot Apple Pie. And this smells like an apple candle. I mean, straight up like an apple candle. This would make a great room spray, linen spray. At Christmas time, it would be amazing to like spray your bed down with this before you got in it around the holidays. It would just make it so festive. Okay, we have got this one here called Fern Mayo. This is probably my favorite fragrance from Ganache because of what this represents, because of where the name comes from. It's a beautiful violet fragrance though. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful candied violet fragrance. It smells like meteorites from Guerlain. It's so, so good. Beautiful candied violet. We've got this one here called Strawberry Panna Cotta. My bottle is a little jacked up from leakage when it came, but oh my gosh, it is such a beautiful, yummy, synthetic strawberry. Like, smells like frozen strawberries being warmed on the stove with sugar. Seriously, it's so good. We've got this one here. This is another one of my favorites. This is called Vanilla. Actually, it's Vanilla Oscura. Beautiful vanilla fragrance. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I just noticed some stuff in my bottle, so I gave it a shake. It's probably from the vanilla. Oh, so good. That's one of my favorites too. We've got this one here called Sweet Sticky Things. Oh gosh, it's so good. It honestly smells like sweet sticky buns. Like, so good. Pastry. We have got this one here called Vanilla and Tonka Bean. And it really is just vanilla and tonka bean. It's quite a simple fragrance. This is one that I really like to use to layer. So that is vanilla and tonka bean. We have got this one here called Bon Vivant. This is another stunner. Oh gosh, it's another one. It smells like coffee and caramel or something. Like seriously, like coffee caramel. So there's Bon Vivant. We have got this one here called I'm in Between. This one I can could like take it or leave it. It hasn't moved me at all. So I'm in between. Got this one here, Leche, I can't remember how. I think they said Leche y Galleta. Galleta, I think is how they said to pronounce it. I love you guys for bearing with me with my craziness, with my crazy pronunciations, and then being so sweet in the comments and telling me how to pronounce it. So thank you so much for that. Leche y Galleta, I think is how you say that one. And then last but not least, we've got this one here called Snuggle. This is a really beautiful, I have no idea what the notes are in this, but it's kind of like a sugary fragrance, but it's kind of masculine smelling. I don't know. It's like a masculine sugary fragrance. I really like it. So that one is Snuggle. So those are all of my Ganache fragrances. Okay, next we've got some Ralph Lauren fragrances. The first one we have is this one here. This is Ralph from Ralph Lauren. This is very nostalgic smelling for me. It just takes me straight back to the early 2000s when I first moved out here to the South. Everybody wore this. I mean, I remember everybody wore this, and they wore those, like, those old man New Balance shoes that I just could never, like, bring myself to wear those. But I just remember that time period where every girl wore Ralph, and everybody, male and female, was wearing those old man New Balance shoes. But anyways, I love this. It's a beautiful, fruity, floral fragrance. Very, very unique smelling. Okay, next we have Tender Romance. I love this fragrance so much. This is the most beautiful ginger and pear. Oh my gosh, yes. It's ginger and pear. It leans borderline gourmand. It's just incredible. I love this. It's been discontinued. It's hard to find. I savor my little tiny 1 ounce bottle. And then I also have Beyond Romance. On the first live I ever did, somebody recommended Beyond Romance to me. And I immediately picked it up because they said it was like a creamy raspberry fragrance. Sorry, that lid is so shiny, like my camera has a hard time focusing. But I love the romance fragrances anyways. And so when this one was recommended, I like immediately bought it, and oh my gosh, it is. It's like, it is exactly the way that person said. It is like raspberry. It's like a creamy raspberry. It's like raspberry and creams. I'm so sorry, my camera will not focus on this one for anything. So anyways, that is Beyond Romance. There, it'll focus for like a hot second. So anyways, that is Beyond Romance from Ralph Lauren. Okay, next I've got a couple of Gap fragrances. These also bring me back to when I very first moved out here. This is White Amber. I got these off of FragranceNet, but I remember when I first moved out here, I bought, not this one, but the next one that I'm going to show you. I always wanted this one, but I never got it for some reason. I picked them up at the outlets, or at a Gap outlet for really inexpensive. This one is really pretty. It's like a bright but smooth and rich amber. It's very pretty. If you like amber, I would imagine that you would like it. I love amber, so I love that one. This next one, this one here is called Lavender Tea. This is the one that I picked up many years ago from a Gap outlet. I went through my entire bottle, and then I went ahead and obviously tossed the bottle, but I was so happy to see it again on FragranceNet. Oh my gosh, it really is the most beautiful lavender and tea fragrance. It's very soft, it's very relaxing and soothing and beautiful. It's like the perfect fragrance to spray on all over. Use it like a body spray. To just use like a body spray once, like when you first get out of the shower. It's beautiful. So anyways, that is Lavender Tea. And then next I've got this one here. This is Velvet Amber Oud from a house called Rihanna. It's Rihanah or something like that. It's not Rihanna as in the singer. But this is really, really beautiful. It's very potent. It's very potent, and it's very, very unique and distinct. This is not one that I would say is a safe blind buy by any means. It is very, very powerful. I love this so much though. It is so Middle Eastern smelling. It's like a Middle Eastern style clean fragrance. It's just stunning. It's hard for me to explain this one because I've never smelled anything like it before. I don't think that the name fits it at all. It's definitely not amber, and it's definitely not oud. It's really, really difficult for me to explain. Usually when somebody is really, really interested in this and they just don't want to run out and buy a bottle blind, I will just send out decants of this one because I really feel like this is something you have to smell first because it's so different. So anyways, that is Velvet Amber Oud from Rihanna. Okay, next we have got my Etat Libre d'Orange fragrances. First and foremost is my absolute favorite. This is like this. I wear this a ton. I adore this fragrance. It is one of my favorites. It is in my 15 for life. Like, I couldn't live without this. It's ginger and immortelle flower. I swear it's got a carrot seed note in it. I can't find that listed anywhere, but I swear it does. It's just beautiful. It's got a pumpkin note in it, which you really don't get pumpkin, but it's just a stunning fragrance. There's nothing groundbreaking about it, but there's something so cozy and comforting about this fragrance to me. I just adore it. So that is like this. Next we have got this one. It is called Durise et des Ergums Feels de Dew. This is the one. Oh, I love this fragrance so much. This is the one that I think it used to be called Filipino Houseboy. And I guess they decided that that wasn't a nice name for it, so they changed the name. But this is beautiful. It's got like spices in it, like Eastern smelling spices. I think it's got a little bit of coconut in it. I love it. It smells like what you would imagine like Southeast Asia to smell like, well, like the Philippines. Because like I said, it used to be called Filipino Houseboy. So anyways, that is Feels de Dew. And then next we have this one here. It is called Noel au Balcon. And this is a beautiful, spicy, citrusy Christmas fragrance. Really. Oh my gosh. Yep. Spicy, citrusy Christmas fragrance. It is one of my favorites. So anyways, that is Noel au Balcon. These cubbies that I'm pulling these out of, they're random. Some of them are like organized by house, and I have a lot of one-offs that I'll just put like a lot of my one-offs in there. And some I just haven't gotten around to getting the bottles together, like house bottles together. So anyways, this one here is, this is Kenzo Flower Eau de Lumiere. And I love this fragrance. It's such a stunning, bright floral. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. A beautiful subscriber sent me over a decant of this, and I had to have a full bottle because it's stunning. So that is Flower Eau de Lumiere from Kenzo. Just Issey Miyake. This is the Eau de Toilette formulation, and this is just a really beautiful sharp floral, slightly aquatic too. It's like a slightly aquatic sharp floral. This is like 90s in a bottle to me. Seriously, it smells like the 90s. So that is Issey Miyake. Okay, and then next I popped this one in there because this is the only fragrance that I own from the different company. This is Magina Sin. I just picked this one up in a swap. And yeah, I'm so happy to have it in my collection. So anyways, that is Magina Sin. Okay, I've got this one here. This is Benetton Hot. And this is very, very similar to Chanel's Allure. Like, very similar. It totally smells like Chanel. I mean, it's really, really similar. I love this. This is such an inexpensive little gem. So that is Hot from United Colors of Benetton. Next we have got Justin Bieber. This is Justin Bieber Collector's Edition. This is a really beautiful, clean, sweet, shampoo-y fragrance. I do not wear this one as much as I wear the next one I'm gonna show you, but I need to because I love this fragrance. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's just as beautiful as the key. And I just forget that I have it. Or I guess just anytime I'm gonna wear one of these, I just grab the key. So anyways, that is, sorry, it just will not focus because of that shine. So anyways, that is Justin Bieber Collector's Edition. Gosh, where I sprayed that Benetton Hot, it smells amazing in here now. Okay, and then this is Justin Bieber The Key. Again, this is, I need to hold a light up to mine to see what I've got left because I use this one a lot. And it's just a little tiny bottle and it's getting harder to find this one. But again, this is like a slightly sweet, clean shampoo-y fragrance. It's really beautiful. I love it. Okay, next I have a Police fragrance. This is called Police Passion. This is a really pretty fruity fragrance. It smells like candy. Honestly, it smells like candy. And for being like a really inexpensive fragrance, like a, I don't know, $16, $17, $18 fragrance, it lasts a really long time. And especially for being a fruity fragrance, you know, fruity fragrances really don't, a lot of them can wear off pretty quick. This one's got really good performance. So anyways, that is Police Passion. Let's see, I've got a couple of Lalique fragrances. So this first one I have, I love this and I cherish this because it's been discontinued, and this is a Jean-Claude Elena fragrance. This is Eau de Lalique from Lalique, and this is a beautiful, light, airy, citrus and woody fragrance. Oh, it's so good. I love it. It smells like Jean-Claude Elena. It smells like a light, bright, airy, classy Hermes fragrance. So anyways, that is Eau de Lalique. I love that one. And then this one I picked up because it's on Fragrantica. People say that this smells like another fragrance that I was looking for that is really, really hard to find. This is called Flor Bella de Lalique. And this is supposed to smell like, oh my gosh, I can't even remember. A fragrance from Blue Marine. This is another one that that a subscriber sent to me. She sent me a fragrance from Blue Marine, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called. I don't know. But anyways, looking on Fragrantica, this one was supposed to be kind of this one was supposed to smell like it, and it really doesn't. Not only that, this is, well, maybe it does just a touch. Yeah, it might just a little bit, but it doesn't smell like it too much. This is one I need to put away because it's going to go off if I don't. Well, it's being stored in the dark, so it's okay. But anyways, I do really like it. Yeah, it says it's got a rice steam note in it, which is new to me, but it is just like a really beautiful, bright, light, slightly sweet, clean, modern smelling rose that's got this really beautiful creaminess to it. I get compliments on this one every time I wear it. It's definitely a crowd pleaser. People really like this fragrance. So anyways, that is Salvatore Ferragamo Signorina, and that is the Eau de Toilette formulation. This next one is a fragrance that was sent over to me from a subscriber, and this is a really beautiful fragrance. This is called, I don't even know how to even say that, Bucanive del Alpi Eau de Toilette, or Snowdrop Perse Neige. Anyways, it is a Perlier fragrance, and yeah, it's really pretty. It's a really pretty, light, clean fragrance. This one's really hard to describe. It smells a little bit old-fashioned when you first spray it, but man, once it starts to dry down, it's really pretty. I really like that one. So anyways, that is, we'll just say Snowdrop Perse Neige from Perlier. Then we've got another one of my favorites. I love this fragrance. I have gone through a ton of this too for being me. This is 4711 Nouveau Cologne. And this is just a really gorgeous citrus fragrance. Yeah, it's very unisex. It's kind of like a, oh gosh, it's so beautiful. It's one of my favorite citrus fragrances in my collection, hands down. It's completely unisex, like anybody could wear this. It's very bright and light. It's like a barbershop citrus. It's so pretty. I love it. It's so affordable too. Like, I can't imagine my collection without this one. I haven't talked about this one a lot for the last couple of years, but I used to talk about this all the time because I'm in love with it. But anyways, that is 4711 Nouveau Cologne. So I don't know why I didn't grab this Lalique when I had the other two, but this is Lalique, just Lalique. I love this fragrance. This is like a 90s floral. It's got some flowers and spices and some soft woods. It's just really beautiful. It came out in I want to say it came out in like 1996 or something maybe, and it smells like it's from 1996. I love it. And I love this bottle so much. And this thing is a beast. It lasts forever. It's like such a perfect 90s style floral. So anyways, that is Lalique from Lalique. Okay, next we have this one here. This is just, I guess, just Ivanka Trump's perfume. I picked this up. This was suggested to me from, actually, I think I had a few subscribers recommend this fragrance to me. It's been some years back. People saying that it was really affordable and really good, and it is. It's very, very pretty. I forget about this fragrance. Oh my gosh, but I love it. It smells so good. Honestly, I mean, to be completely honest, I don't talk about it much because anything that's gonna even remotely make people think about politics, is nothing that I want in any of my videos. So that's really why I don't talk about this fragrance a lot, but I do own it. I do really, really enjoy it. It's a slightly sweet, really soft. It's got a little bit of a creamy quality to it. Floral. It's a very affordable, oh gosh, I love it. It's just an affordable, really pretty gem. So anyways, that is the Ivanka Trump fragrance. Okay, next I've got this gem. So I think some of you had figured out that it is from Outremer. It's called Ceinture Vanille. I picked this up off of Mercari. Somebody clearly bought it in like a boutique or something. It's got a paper number on the bottom. It's bottle number 703. It's from this house here called Laro Marine. It's got a Parisian address on it, and it says it's made in France, and it's this super beautiful, like 1920s bottle. But that's all the information that I have about it. And I had some people really do some digging, and I think they figured out that it's like vintage Outremer vanilla. So yeah, I keep this in a cool, dark place, and as I run through something, because the problem with this one is whoever sent it did not put there's no straw thing in there to, you know, suck the fragrance up through. So I can't spray this one, so I'm gonna have to use it to refill something else, which is perfectly fine. It's a vanilla, so it will keep literally forever. So anyways, that is a really beautiful vanilla fragrance that I've got. And then next I've got Swiss Arabian Casablanca. So I just passed along my Florence because I've got Rose Gourmand from Zara, which smells almost exactly like it. But Casablanca, this smells exactly like Golden Sand from Al Rahab. If you've ever smelled the Golden Sand oil from Al Rahab, now you know exactly what Casablanca smells like. Oh, this is beautiful. This is an oud fragrance, but it's got apple in the top, and I think it's got some caramel in it, so it really smells like a caramel apple oud fragrance. It's really, really beautiful. I love it. I had one winter where I was just like obsessed with this. I wore it all the time. So anyways, that is Swiss Arabian Casablanca, and I'm glad. I don't know if they even make that fragrance anymore since they've completely rebranded. Okay, I'm gonna quickly go through all of my Dossier fragrances. And I don't even know. I'll try to remember what they're all clones for, but I won't be able to remember all of them. So I've got this one here. This is Aquatic Peony. This is really beautiful. I think this might be Acqua di Gioia. Maybe. So Aquatic Peony. I've got Floral Honeysuckle. I can't remember what Floral Honeysuckle is. It's beautiful though, it's tuberose. There's a really gorgeous tuberose note in it. I can smell that. Okay, I've got Ambery Mint. This is a men's. I think this is Versace. Ooh, Versace Eros maybe? Yeah, I think it is. I think that's Versace Eros. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that one to my husband. We've got Floral number 4. I think this might be Chanel Gabrielle. I think. Yeah, I think it is Chanel Gabrielle. I've got Musky Green Tea. This is a Creed fragrance, I think. Oh my gosh, they're so strong. It's like hard. I'm spraying them all in here. And they're all really, Dossier makes really good fragrances. Musky Green Tea, yeah, this is a Creed fragrance, I believe. And then we've got Oriental Coconut. I believe this is Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. Yeah. Yes. That is Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. It's beautiful. I can really pick out the cardamom in this one, and I love that. Okay, Oriental Cherry. Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. It's a really good... Yeah, it's a really good alternative to Lost Cherry. So that's Oriental Cherry. We've got Floriental Brown Sugar. This is YSL Montpellier. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. YSL Montpellier, one of my favorite dossiers. We've got Oriental Vetiver. This is... I cannot remember. This is either a Byredo or it's either a Byredo or a Le Labo. Yeah, either Byredo or Le Labo. I can't remember which one. Musky Musk. This is Juliet Has a Gun, not a perfume. Okay. Ooh, we have got Floral Rose. I love this. This is Le Labo Santal Rose, and I really, really love this one. That's one of my favorites too. We have got Floral Rhubarb, which is Marc Jacobs Perfect, which is a really good, it's a good one. Yeah. In fact, I think I prefer the Dossier one over the original. There's just something a little bit nicer about it. And then we've got Aquatic Coconuts. I think this is Beach Walk from, yes, this is Replica Beach Walk. Oh, I love it. It's nice. It's kind of like Soleil Blanc, but much less complex. So anyways, that is Aquatic Coconut, and those are all in my Dossier fragrances. Okay, next we have got some commodity fragrances. We've got this one here called Rain, which is one of my favorites. This is a beautiful, watery green floral. It's my favorite green fragrance I think I've ever smelled. I love it. It's beautiful. So anyways, that is Commodity Rain. We have got Commodity Orris. This really is just, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's just Orris. It's beautiful powdery Orris. I love it. And then we have got Tonka. Again, just a, oh gosh. I love it. It's just a beautiful single note Tonka. Great for layering, great for everything. I enjoy it so much. It's such a beautiful kind of it's the gray labels are the supposedly unisex ones, but this one leans a little bit more masculine to me, but I adore it. I love this next one. I love to layer the Tonka with this one. This is gold. This is beautiful. This is sweet. Yeah. This is like sweet caramel. It's so good. I love this one layered with Tonka. In fact, I'm going to leave that out so I can wear that combination. It's beautiful. So that is gold. And those are all my commodity fragrances. Okay, this one, I'm going to pull this out and put it over with my other Nina Ricci's. This is Nina Ricci Layered du Temps. And I keep this just because of the bottle. This came out right around the end of World War II. And those are peace doves on the lid to celebrate the end of World War II. So I love it. It's a neat fragrance too. I mean, it's a really beautiful vintage style fragrance. If you like, it's a very light, old-fashioned smelling fragrance. I adore it. So that is Nina Ricci Layered du Temps. All right, next we have a Perfumer's Workshop fragrance. This takes me straight back to the 80s. This is Tea Rose. This is the Eau de Parfum. They do have an Eau de Toilette. This is straight up, this is like straight up realistic, like photorealistic, old-fashioned rose. I love it. It smells amazing. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. So yeah, that is Tea Rose Eau de Parfum from the Perfumer's Workshop. Ooh, next is, this is a beauty. This is Elia Blanche. I want Elia Nude so bad because I've heard it's so beautiful. But this is Elia Blanche. And this is similar to, yeah, it's somewhat similar to Hypnotic Poison, but it smells very, very different. It's got the same kind of touch of powderiness though. It's very rich. It's got some dark florals in the middle. It's really beautiful. I haven't worn this in such a long time, but it's one of those that I just kind of feel like I need to ration it for some reason. I don't know. So anyways, that is Elia Blanche from Elia. Okay, now let's get into Corner Barcelona. So the first one I've got here is Botafumeiro. And this is a beautiful church incense fragrance. Yes. Oh, I love it. Sweet, woody church incense. It's so, so beautiful. It's probably my favorite incense fragrance in my collection. So that is Botafumeiro. Next we have got, oh, one of my favorites. This is Palo Santo. This is beautiful. It's, oh my gosh, it's got a warm milk note in it. It's sweet. So it's like just this really beautiful, sweet, creamy fragrance that dries down to like spices and woods. It's gorgeous. But the milk note, the sweet note and the milk note is the most prominent in this. So anyways, that is Palo Santo. Okay, next we've got Elborn. This is another one that I love. Yes, I love this. It's got fig and honey. Yeah, I love it. It's creamy. It's just a beautiful spiced honey and fig fragrance. I love it. So that is Elborn. Next we have Ambar Del Sur. This is a really beautiful amber fragrance. Yes, beautiful sweet amber. I love it. So that is Ambar Del Sur. Okay, next we've got Chloe Fragrances. Now I think my Chloe love is down in a cabinet just because I want to keep it completely in the dark. So you'll see that in a different video. But the first one we have here is the original Chloe. This is the Eau de Parfum, and this is a stunning rose fragrance. I love it so much. I need a silver cloth. I know some people said that toothpaste will work too, but I just need to get a silver cloth and that will take care of it. So beautiful Chloe, kind of green rose. Okay, next we have got Chloe Nomad. I love this fragrance. It's so beautiful. It's got Mirabelle in it, and which I think is Mirabelle Plum. It's just beautiful. This is like a perfumey perfume, which I love. I don't have a ton of like perfumey perfumes. I know that sounds weird, and I really love them. So anyways, that is Chloe Nomad. Next we have got Chloe Nomad Absolu de Parfum. This again has the Mirabelle and oak moss and Mirabelle and oak moss. It's rich, it's sweet, super classy smelling. I just adore it, and I adore this bottle. They're so beautiful. Yes, I love these fragrances. Okay, and then next we have Love Story, which I also adore. Again, with this bottle, I need a silver cleaning cloth. This one's gold though, so I don't know. But anyways, yeah, just a beautiful fragrance. I adore it. And then we have got Love Story Sensuelle. And I love this too. To me, all these Chloe fragrances are like perfumey perfumes, which I love. They're just very feminine and classy smelling, and perfumey. They're stunning. So yeah, that is Love Story Sensuelle. Okay, and then down to the last 5 for this video. I have got Clinique Wrappings. I love this fragrance. This is such a beautiful, really, really interesting, unique fragrance. This is very, very aldehydic. So it's like super bright aldehydes, citruses. It smells like almost like fresh tree sap. It's icy, icy cold. It's just a really, really beautiful fragrance, but this is not safe at all. I think most people would actually hate this. I only wear this like maybe once a year when it's really, really cold outside. My husband hates this. So yeah, I just don't wear it super often, but I really enjoy it. So that is Clinique Wrappings. Next we have a Cool Water fragrance. This is Davidoff Cool Water Sea Rose. This is just like a super generic smelling, bright, fruity rose. I do enjoy it, but this is one of those things that I just need to get through it because I don't need it. I think it was recommended to me, and so I picked it up. And it's really, really pretty, don't get me wrong, but it's a very just generic fruity rose. So anyways, that is Davidoff Cool Water Sea Rose. And then on to some Pacifica fragrances. Again, I've got Pacifica fragrances in 2 different places, but this first one is called Sage Me. I adore this. This is one of my favorites. It says sage and smoke. And oh my gosh, it is so good. It really does smell like sage. It smells like smoky sage bottled. It's stunning. So that is Sage Me. I love all of these, all 4 of these that I have. Next we've got Kindred Spirit. This is an amazing one. This is Rose Dust and Palo Santo. It is, oh my gosh, it is such an amazing, very slightly sweet, like a dusty rose fragrance. It's so, so good. So that is Kindred Spirit. Next, we have got this one called High Vibration. This is Sandalwood and Jasmine. It's a stunner too. It's my least favorite of the 5 or of the 4 that I've got, but oh my gosh, but I still love it. It's like a woody jasmine. Very, very pretty. And then last but not least, we have probably, I want to say this is my favorite, but I think the rose one is actually my favorite. But this one's called Cosmosis Vanilla Stardust. And this is like, oh my gosh, it's like an ashy vanilla fragrance. It's hard to explain it, but it really is. It's like a kind of like an ashy vanilla. It's stunning. So anyways, that one is called Vanilla Stardust. And that is going to be it, guys. That is it for part 5. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in part 6. Bye.